The themes running through the House of Hazelwood are those of happily embracing change and challenging the idea of what a whisky range is. They are unconventional, diverse whiskies for people who are ready to look past simple category labels. They're also about stories, demonstrating the possibilities and potential which exist in Scotch. The depth of stock allows endless possibilities in terms of flavour. So you were here a long time. When did it all start for you?
Went away back in 1962, September 1962.
Part of the sampling then becomes you working closely with the blending team.
Yes,
in terms of quality control.
Quality,
as much as so how did that operate?
When David Stewart had asked for samples as well, you see, and break out the casks and dip them, sample them, and hard bung them.
You would have known that the family then were laying down casks for
ourselves.
That's the family.
Casks, yes, aye. They would call for sampling to see who they were doing and twice a year or something like that, you know.
We've actually, from the Cooper's point of view, we've actually been up to checking out and make sure that they're good quality as well, and the hoops are tight and everything in them, okay? Because they're actually set aside anyway, they're quite easy to see anyway, okay? When I was a young boy, there used to be a couple of Cooperages in the town, so I used to go down and watch the guys there making and repairing the barrels, so I thought that'd be quite good. I think being a family-owned company, I think they control the destiny of their own barrels. We can try different things with our barrels that we don't need another Coopers to do for us. We can guarantee a better chance of quality at the end of the day. Yeah.
And was that kind of driven by Charlie and Sandy then?
Almost definitely, yes. And I think if it hadn't been for them, the family, then probably there wouldn't have been a Cooperage here anyway.
Well,
here we are.
This is awesome. I'm very excited by this, good grief.
George has drawn these samples for us, so we've got around about 40 samples here, ranging from single grains, blended malts, and blends themselves. So we'll start single grain here.
Right.
So, just a really classic example of what grain would be at this age. Give you that one.
Wonderful, thank you. Very fresh. Quite kind of vibrant. Yep.
And I think with this next one, I'm just going to offer a little bit of a contrast. This is a blended grain this time.
Okay.
Pretty unusual as well. So just thought we'd pull that one out. We think it's such a great liquid on its own, or even to build on it as part of a blend.
Sure. This is really intriguing because I'm a huge fan of all grains, but I've never had anything like that.
Yeah.
There's a big tick going beside that one, okay?
Almost it's like a pick and mix. What next? So this one we would describe as oily tobacco.
Okay.
So see if you agree and what your thoughts are on this one.
Wonderful. Well, I certainly agree with that. I'm really intrigued by this one because it's just almost like the flavours have been dialed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Those two blended in such a way.
So we're thinking flavour from the grain.
Flavour from the grain.
Like the big bold flavours from the grain.
Yeah. And calm things down. Subtle
Yeah.
malts. The malts there the malt's playing the role of the grain.
Yes.
And the grain is playing the role of the malt.
So we're
But just by flipping things around, inverting everything.
Do you know, I like that. That sounds great. Yeah, I really like that.
The Gordon way for me is about born out of confidence, and in terms of taking risks, they were happy to take risks, but they were managed risks. They started to do things that were completely different because they had a confidence that it might not be a short-term value, but it would certainly be a long-term gain for the company.
Control of destiny. You know, if we're going to do this, we'll do it in our own way.
I love the variety that we've got.
You know, you've got smokiness, you've got different grains, you've got lightness, you've got heaviness, you've got super mature stuff, you've got incredibly fresh and fragile stuff as well. And it doesn't seem to conform to
the normal perception of what whisky is, or 21st century what Scotch whisky is. You know, the family casks are still getting laid down. It's the same principles that are at work today as were working with Charlie and Sandy.
This is the end product from what people produced back 30, 40, 50 years ago, and the successors are now putting into bottle because they love what the predecessors have done for them.